Hey guys, my name is Max Morgenbesser, and today I'm going to go over how to start off with Scrapy, and then we're going to play around with scraping medium.com and see if we can get anything cool from there. So I'm using PyCharm, the community edition. You don't need to pay for the professional version just to practice and play around, although you could definitely do a lot still in the community edition. So the first thing we're going to do, just starting off with Scrapy, is you would install it, right? So if you haven't installed it yet, you're gonna do pip3. Well, I'm using Python 3 install. Now I've already installed it, so it's gonna say you've already done all those things, right? But for someone else, it's gonna actually install it. Now we're gonna run a command that says Scrapy project. Let's call this medium scraper because we're gonna scrape medium.com. So it does give an option that it works, but it's not my favorite way to do it. It works, but it's not my favorite way to do it. So I'm going to do it my own way. So let's cd into medium scraper. Cool. So we're going to open up our virtual environment. Here it is. And we made one in there. And then we have the spiders folder. So this is the important one, really. So all of these are setting up, but then the spiders folder is where you're going to write your own code and choose where you are going to scrape. So let's make a new spider, a new file. Let's call it medium underscore spider dot py. Awesome. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to import. So next, we're going to create a class. Let's call it medium and we give it the attribute scrapy.spider, spider with a capital S. Now, colon, and here's where we're going to name it. So let's name it, and yes, PyCharm will yell at you if you don't make it look pretty. Let's name it medium. All right, so we're going to write a function, def start request, and it knows what we're doing, right? So this is the way that is laid out in the docs to write a scraper, but it's not the way that it when you do GenSpider. It's a little bit different, just a few extra steps here, and I like it this way because we can use multiple URLs all at once versus just one, right? So let's say our URL array, and we're going to grab medium.com. Let's make that big. Medium.com. And no, I haven't already practiced, but let's go back to PyCharm, putting in that medium.com that we just got. All right. So now for URL in URLs. This is really useful when we want to get a lot all at once, right? So we yield scrapy.request with a capital R. We say URL is equal to URL, give it a comma, and we say callback equals self.parse. And we don't need that today, the parentheses. Cool. So we have one more function that we're going to write, then we need to get started. Def parse, gave it an extra space, and look, it knows what we're doing, right? This is super easy and very powerful to do. So we're going to say just print response dot body. So the response is what you get back from scraping the site. And the body is just everything of that response, right? So we get back an object, whatever. All right, so we're going to cd into spiders. I actually don't think we need to be in the spiders directory. And then spiders, yep. But anyway, so we're going to say Scrapy, and then what we named our spider. So this spider is called medium. And let's see what we got. Ooh. So this is all of the HTML content of that page right here in Google Chrome, right? So that's all the HTML content. That's awesome. So Medium has some protective measures against me scraping it. It's not illegal, so don't arrest me. But let's get all the images now. So instead of printing response.body, we're going to print response.css and pass it the HTML tag for images, right? So, and then the same thing, Scrapy crawl medium. And we run that. And here we're getting all the image tags, right? Tells us the alternates. And there we go. All right, but we don't really just want the image tags. We want the source of the images. So for that, we use a little bit more. So we give it the image tag. We say we want an attribute, and that attribute should be src source. Now let's print that. Yeah, and we get img attribute source. Did I save? I think it's possible I didn't save. Attribute. Am I thinking of, am I mixing up React and I'm not. So yeah, we see some real-time debugging here, I guess, huh? So let's go back to what we got, right? Image attribute source. Oh. This is what I'm missing. Dot extract. That is important. So this actually extracts the source from each image tag. That's what I'm missing. And let's see if that works. And there we go. We got all the sources. Now, websites like Medium like to do a good job of making it just a little bit harder for you, at least. So they're going to make us copy and paste this one of these into the internet, into the website. So we're going to copy that, Command Tab over to Google Chrome. And let's go in there. And we got one of these images that's being used somewhere. I'm not sure where, but it's being used somewhere on this site. And let's check one more. Look at this guy. And we copy that into there, hit enter. We got a different image. Great. So we got all the images. Let's get the title. I mean, this is a simple one, right? Let's just get the title. This is simple but useful. And let's see what it gives us. Scrapy crawl medium. And right here, this is our title, right? We select data title, medium, and it's somewhere up here. I actually don't know where it is, but anyway, that's the title. All right, so one last thing is let's get all of the links that are on the page, right? Let's get all the links and print those out. So this one, Medium, does a good job of saying, hey, of kind of, I think they hashed the links so that when you kind of scrape them, they're not really usable and they'll just take you to their homepage. But let's print our response.css, and the tag for a link is A, right? And this is going to give us all of the content. So the whole A tag, even though we want the href, right? So yeah, that's all of our A's if we want the href type. Let's see what happens when we click there. Yeah, nothing there. So yeah, they do a good job of making my life a little harder and not being able to steal their data. Again, let's give it the attribute. The attribute that we want is the href. And don't let me forget my dot extract this time. Yeah, that should be correct. So let's scroll that and we get all the links. Yeah, so we check this out and they do something smart. They say source equals home. So we can go there. Oh, and that actually worked out. Okay. Awesome. Well, maybe I'm a better web scraper than I thought I was. Let's try a few of those. Okay. Awesome. I guess I'm a liar. I'm a better web scraper than I thought I was. So where we do get messed up a little bit is with these parentheses. I think what was happening was I was clicking on links that were maybe being messed up a little bit. And then when that happened, it would take you to the default page, which is the home page. So let me see if I can like find an example of that, or if these just all work out. Yeah, no. All right. Yeah, that's great. That's beautiful. So these just all work out pretty well then. That's great. Maybe up here is where I was having that issue. No, that's beautiful. Okay. Great. Well, anyways, thanks for following along. And apparently I'm smarter than I thought I was. So have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed it and learned a little bit.